Environmental factors. Environmental factors analysis may be carried out alongside analysis of an organization's social factor, because companies that fail to look after their environment can expect a strong negative response from their key stakeholders, such as governments and consumers. And here, why the company needs to consider environmental factors. First of all, it's about the organization's or the business social responsibility, because when it does business in a society, and if it fails to look after the environment, the stakeholders in the communities, like the governments, the citizens in the community, will be affected by the harmful effects coming from the business. So in long run, the organizations cannot sustain, because there's no one would like to do business with it. So therefore, it's very important for an enterprise or an organization to look after their environment, because it affects the stakeholders nearby, like governments and consumers. And it's not only the business has impacts on the environment. We just mentioned about how the business affects the environment, but there's two ways, because the environment has impacts on business as well. And here we got some ideas on the interaction between business and environment. For examples from business effects upon environment include pollution, such as production of rubbish or harmful emissions, and wastage of resources, such as food, water, or other raw materials. Okay, those resources are waste. Then the business has impacts or effects on the environment. And destruction of natural habitats. If the business needs to build a factory or offices in an area, then the construction works may have the damage to the natural habitats. And another point here is loss of plants and animal species. It's quite similar to what the point number 3, destruction of natural habitats. That means when the construction work start, the plants or animal species in a community may be disappeared. So these are the business effects upon the environment. On the other hand, the environmental effects also can have impacts on the business, such as changing climate. The changing climate may affect a business in a ways that, like the food production. If a food factory, they have to produce the food and sell, but the changing climate may have the impact on the food production industry, because say there's no more food produced, or the volume produced from the farms decreased because of changing climate, less rain and becoming warmer than before. It affects the harvest of those farm products. And next, lack of resources. Lack of resources will increase the cost of raw materials, and potentially it reduces business profits. And for loss of sales, if a business has a poor environmental record, customers may no longer wish to trade with it. And the final point here is legislation. When polluting companies may trigger legislation by government, the additional compliance costs and fines may reduce profits. And in the latest developments, some countries need the companies that generate the emissions, say for example, needs to buy the carbon credits. Okay, if they would like to produce in a factory which is considered to be a polluting industry, and a lot of carbon dioxide or any other emitted pollutants to the environment, the companies need to have the carbon credits in order to produce, and they have to buy the credits in the markets. That means it hurts their profits. So companies need to reduce its emissions to be more environmental friendly in order to improve its profitability. Otherwise, they have to buy a lot of carbon credits if they would like to produce. If a business identifies that it is not acting responsibly towards the environment, there are a number of things it may do to try and limit its impact on the world around it. First, the business or the organization can redesign the products to use fewer raw materials. So once less materials used, that means it consumes less of our natural resources from the planet. And next, reduction on packaging on products. In recent decades, a lot of scientists comment our packaging design is over. What does that mean? It means that a lot of unnecessary material used in packaging the products. Maybe it's for charming or any other good design, so it attracts more customer to buy it. But right now, many business needs to consider whether the packaging is needed or just for more attractive. Recycling. So right now, business identify that recycling is much more important than in the past, because for the environmental factors, they need to concern about the environment by recycling more materials in the producing process, improving energy efficiency, and careful production planning. A business, they do all these 5 types of activities, can help to limit its impact on the world or on the environment. For sustainability, it means that organizations should use resources in such a way that they do not compromise the needs of future generations. One example is the paper manufacturer. When considering environmental sustainability, a paper manufacturer may consider planting 1 or more trees for every one it fells. This will ensure that future generations will have enough timber to meet their needs. So it is a good approach because this approach will benefit a range of stakeholders. So there are 4 stakeholders will be benefit when an organization have this sustainability concept and also act on it. First, the workers and local community. It helps to reduce the waste and pollution, and it will lead to a more pleasant and healthier environment. So for the local community and workers, they are happy because it helps to improve their environments living in. Next, the customers. Customers prefer dealing with businesses that look after the environment. It's a good image as they are seen as being more ethical. Customers would like to buy the products from an ethical supplier instead of from an unethical supplier. Shareholders. The reduction of waste and increased efficiency can improve business profits. And it is a good news to shareholders to learn about how the cost saving from the company or from the organizations by reducing the waste, because it indicates it improved the efficiency. This could lead to higher longer term returns for investors. So investors are happy about it. And for the general public, The reduction of pollutants can lead to fewer environmental problems, such as acid rain and soil erosion. So to the public, it is not just reducing the pollutant, but what it means is it helps to improve like the general public health, because there's no more acid rain and the soil erosion is stopped or limited and the polluted air is no more exist. It means a healthy society can be expected, and there's no more for the people to go to see the doctor, and also save the medical costs as well. It is also the benefits from sustainability to the public. And when considering economic sustainability, the organization will consider its environmental, social, and financial impacts over time. It should mean that the business can pave their way in society and make a profit while ensuring they do not negatively impact the environment or surrounding communities. So in other words, sustainability is not a cost to an organization. In the longer term, it benefits not just the environment, but also the community, the social, and it also brings the good financial returns to an organization if it can keep the way on sustainability.